Okay, so here we are. Now this was not the final product of the pigments. Okay, this was the pigments with a number of just simple paints, kind of dry brushed over it, which really kind of brought it out nicely. Prior to the painting, the pigments works to varying degrees. I hate to say it, but the smooth on powders really just came off as nothing more than glitter, essentially. If you look up here, right in this area, you can see the little gold rush sparkles glitter, and that's all it really achieved. These powders, however, the Jacquard totally nailed it. I tried to rub off some of the metallic paint I put on over it. So you can see the Jacquard, this is the antique gold here, and it worked out very nicely. Can't quite tell in the light too well, but most of the shine you're seeing right here, though, is dry brushing from these particular paints right here. As soon as I started to dry brush it, it just popped 1,000 times over and looked much, much better. Okay, so this is the kind of a shoulder piece that goes right up here. I mean, you can see in varying light, you get kind of much different effects. So I think the possibilities with this are kind of endless. In terms of the onyx, oh yeah, I broke off a little piece here because I was checking his durability here, so I duct taped it back on. In terms of the onyx, two things. It was great and it was terrible. I got the fast onyx, the fast curing kind, thinking how much time do I possibly need, and I'm going to say I barely had enough time for this, and I mixed it for probably about 30 seconds before it started to get very hot, and I poured it on, and I barely had enough time to tilt the project to fill in the space I wanted to get with it. It was absurdly fast. I will not be using that when I make further purchases. They have a slower one. It's probably about twice as slow, which I will definitely want in the future. In terms of the actual quality of it, despite the duct tape here, I am quite impressed. Like right here, where it's about a 1/4 inch at the edge, and then comes down. It's probably about maybe 1/8 of an inch right there, and it feels very solid. It's got not too much spring to it. I think I broke off a little bit right here when I did that, but this is paper thin. As you can, I don't know if we can. Oh, you know, I think the duct tape's covering it up. Some of these cracks here along here are absolutely paper thin. So, because I cut these grooves fairly deep, but overall, where it's got some thickness, it is very strong. And the pigment powders, I took the stick here to it. The pigment powders do not rub off at all. Okay, they appear to be completely baked into the resin, and I can scrape this paint off and apply water and try rubbing it off, but the actual pigments themselves, not happening. Which makes me want to go to the store and pick up more of these pigments and see what kind of effects I can get, because these are just, no, they're just absolutely horrible. This is the first time I've kind of been let down by Smooth On's products, but yeah, really, you know, I look at this and it's like, okay, there's hope. There's hope. A lot of cool little colors and stuff, you know, because you're looking at it right now and it's like, what color is it? Kind of a bronzish, silverish, bluish, brownish, which is the same impression I got looking at his helmet in various pictures, and so it's kind of the sky's the limit what kind of combinations you want to achieve here, but so far pretty happy with this.